Up to 30% of all medical care is so-called low value, meaning it has little to no impact on patient trajectories and risks doing more harm than good. A reason for this is that once a patient is referred into specialized healthcare, there is an expectation and tendency to provide some kind of care or diagnostics, even if it's not actually medically indicated. Rejecting unnecessary referrals is a lot more time-consuming than accepting them, and when medical clinics receive thousands and thousands of these, they end up accepting a lot more than they should, leading to long waiting times and soaring healthcare costs. At Hugin, we effectivize the process of identifying and responding to low-value medicine. Our software tool analyzes medical referrals against clinical guidelines, flags low-value care, and generates tailored response letters. We also collect valuable data and insights into the actual levels of low-value care and medicine. So what makes our solution unique? There are, of course, other companies working in the field of medical appropriateness. However, they're struggling to be able to integrate AI in a way that leads to meaningful productivity gains. At Hugin, we are developing our tools in close collaboration with leading hospitals, as well as LLM research groups. We also build our technology using 100% real data. This is our team. My name is Hanne. I'm the CEO. I have a background as an epidemiologist trained at Harvard, and I used to work as an innovation manager at Novo Nordisk, working with health technologies. The rest of our team all have broad experience in the fields of AI, cybersecurity, and LLMs. And our team of advisors are all leaders in their field, spanning AI, medicine, and venture building. Populations are getting older and sicker, and being able to prioritize scarce healthcare resources is more important than ever. This makes this the ideal time to get our tech out into the clinic. We already have several letters of intent from hospitals, and our first MVP is finished and ready for the initial rounds of in-clinic testing. Electronic medical record companies also represent future customers for us, and through a successful integration with Norway's largest EHR company, we have shown that we are providing a unique kind of technologies that these companies want. When it comes to the market, I could give you values of our addressable and obtainable markets. However, these numbers are actually never true. I know it, you know it. Instead, let's talk about the actual numbers provided to us by the head of a clinic in Norway, when we actually sat down and looked at the numbers. Through using our tools, they could save $1 to $1.2 million a year in increased productivity and less medical overuse. So this represents a market of tens of millions of dollars in Norway alone. Even more, obviously, if scaled successfully internationally. Thank you so much.
All right, time for questions, jury.
I have a question. Thank you for the nice presentation. Really a star-studded, experienced team. What is your go-to-market strategy? It's a very complex industry and also related to public funding, so how you will reach your clients?
Yeah, so that is a great that's a really, really great question. And our go-to-market strategy consists of, first of all, very close relationships with our potential clients and also the future buyers. Obviously, in healthcare, which is an industry that's very, very hard to penetrate, you need both. And also what we see in healthcare, if it works one place, tends to spread pretty easily, so that's something that we're doing. When it comes to channels, there are software as a service marketplaces, selling through annual licensing on volume-based tiers. So yeah, that's what we're aiming for at the moment.
All right, Sigvards?
Yeah, on that, actually, thank you for the presentation. I was also very much curious about the numbers and where's the money, actually. So you mentioned the business model, so can you elaborate a bit more, actually, so how are you going to get paid?
Yeah, so it is by selling directly through hospitals and clinics. So we can see that they can save massive amounts of money in productivity gains, and especially now with voice-to-text transcriptions, making medical referrals is more easy than ever. And these clinics are getting thousands and thousands of them, and they just don't have time to review them. And reviewing them takes a lot of time. So this is the time we're shortening, and yeah, that's how we incentivize the clinics to buy our products. So, yeah.
We have time for, I think, one more question. Quick one.
Can you elaborate on the team? Where did you guys met? How do you know each other?
Yeah, so we all go to the same university currently in NTNU in Trondheim. So, yeah, that's how we met.
Okay, we are out of time. Thank you so much. You did great. And a round of applause. And now we have time for our next startup. And welcome to the stage, Luna Robotics. Welcome.
Right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Elvinas Kukys. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Luna Robotics, and we're producing night vision cameras for FPV kamikaze drones. So I'm sure you already know how FPV drones in Ukraine went from hobby toys to one of the most lethal weapons and very widely used. Even last year, Ukraine alone used over 5 million drones. But there's a huge issue. This is the view that the camera sees when the sun goes down, and I think it's a critical issue because the war doesn't end at 5 p.m. A possible solution to this problem is using a thermal imaging camera, but a proper thermal imager costs 10 times more than the drone itself. Or we could use Chinese cameras, but I don't think we should rely our nation's defense on Chinese supply chains. So this is why we created LunaCam. It gives you color during the day and enhanced night vision during the night. And here's the comparison with thermal imagers on the market. So you can clearly see the difference, which camera would allow you to carry out a night mission if you were fighting. Our camera also has additional hardware to run additional software features to help the pilot carry out its night operations, like object recognition at low light or motion and motion detection. And this is the team behind the product. We all have military service experience, so we're building something that we could only dream about 10 years ago. The camera has already proven itself on the battlefields. We're working closely with 7 Ukrainian brigades, and we're generating monthly revenue. We're at the pre-order sale stage, sample sale stage. We're working also closely with the Lithuanian armed forces. I'm sure you heard about the weather balloons coming in from Belarus. So we developed software that integrates radar data into the camera itself, which allows the FPV pilot to find an aerial target more easily. So it works with a balloon. It will work with a drone coming in from other side as well. So our plan is to raise 5 million seed round this year. Before that, we're working closely with Ukrainian drone manufacturers to get a supply contract in place before opening the rounds. Once we have that, we would need to use that money to set up automated production facility so we could increase our production capacity. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Luna Robotics. So now we have some time for questions.
Sure. One question, please. What's the secret sauce of your technology? What's differentiated there?
So the secret sauce is onboard image enhancement software. So it allows you to have this view just based on the software. Without any active infrared, you can see in the picture we started with an additional infrared lighting, but now it's an optional extra for the pilot to switch it on if you're flying inside a building or a tunnel where there's absolutely no light.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's the business model? You sell the whole camera module to the drone manufacturers? Right?
Yes, this is the business model. We're supplying only the camera modules to drone manufacturers because every single country has quite a lot of local drone manufacturers, but every single MOD will want to buy drones from their own local manufacturers.
And everything in there is from European sources or no Chinese?
Yeah, no Chinese components. We're not using any of the shelf components. We developed all of our electronic components ourselves, and they're being assembled in Lithuania, and we're doing the final assembly and the software in-house.
Do we have more questions?
So you keep raising. Why do you think it's important? And disclose this is our portfolio company that we like, but like explain Why you keep raising early, before the round is open?
I heard this phrase, startups always need to be raising. And I think it's true. You shouldn't start raising only when you have 2 weeks or 2 months left of runway. And it's also relationship building, because I think funds really want to get to know you quite well before they invest and you close the deal.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
So next up in line, we have Shealed. Welcome on stage.
Me, I'm Shealed. She pushed me and said, "You need to go." Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry. Let's talk about something most people don't, even though 900 million women experience it every single year. Vaginal infections. But here's the problem. 42% of us are incorrectly diagnosed by gynecologists, and 66% of us incorrectly self-diagnose at home. That's why we created Shealed. We are developing a self-test capable of detecting 2 most common vaginal infections. It's very easy to use. Just a quick swab, mix in a buffer, and a few drops on a test. Within a few minutes, you'll get a clear color-based result telling you whether you have yeast infection and you can treat yourself with over-the-counter medication, or you have bacterial infection and need, in fact, antibiotics. We have already validated our laboratory proof of concept for a bacterial detection system and confirmed overall patentability of our solution. Currently, we're focusing on yeast detection system, and this year we'll start prototyping. That will be followed by certification process and market entry in 2029. Competition exists, of course, but they fall short. For example, pH tests are the most common ones, but they are unreliable because pH is influenced by multiple factors unrelated to infections. Antigen tests, on the other hand, detect only presence of microorganisms, many of which are part of healthy vaginal microbiome. So, unlike our competitors, we detect only markers of ongoing infections. We detect bacterial and yeast infections, all while remaining affordable. Our business model is B2B2C. We will sell wholesale to pharmaceutical distributors that will supply pharmacies and gynecological practices. Even though we are still early stage, we have captured attention of 2 pharmaceutical distributors, 2 key opinion leaders in gynecology, and got 90% positive feedback from women we surveyed. With a 20 euro retail price, the global market is worth over 18 billion euros, and within the first 5 years into market, we will capture 240 million euros. Now is the perfect time, because female technologies market grows every year faster and faster, and since the pandemics, self-testing market grows as well. As the founding team, we're scientists with experience in microbiology, molecular biology, and also with experience in sales and management. So far, we have raised 250K. Right now, we're raising €500,000 to reach our technological milestones and get first patient data. Our vision is to transform how women understand, access, and act on their gynecological health. And we invite you to join us on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Time for questions.
I have a question. Do you need any clinical research for your product and how you're gonna handle that? It's usually also very costly. So what's your vision and strategy for this?
Yes. So we are in vitro diagnostic device class C, which means that we need CE mark to proceed to go to market. We have many regulatory mentors and advisors that help us map the regulatory pathways so we know in which stage we need which documents and which certifications.
All right.
Is this research-based? So how do you know that it actually works? Do you have any like proof?
Yes, so we have proof of the bacterial detection because it already exists in a way in a different solution. We just wanted to make it better. The yeast detection system is new. It's very new, and we researched it by ourselves. And there is a high probability it will work because the target is used for medicine, so for diagnostics it will work as well.
Can you elaborate a bit on the exit market? Who would be a natural buyer for Shealed?
Yeah, so once we get to this point, we can be acquired by maybe a bigger pharmaceutical company that is more focused on women's health. There are several ones that are stepping into this field right now, so there should be plenty of options.
We have time for one short question. Question once, question twice. Sigvards? No? Wasn't it? All right.
Great presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shealed.
Oh, sorry.
So let's give a round of applause to the next startup speaking. Do we have Tayra.ai? Please welcome to the stage.
Tayra? Oh.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yuliia, and I'm a person who admires doctors and technology. And here's Tayra. It's a Ukrainian company that provides medical notes for doctors. Everyone needs a doctor, but you know that in the era of global digitalization, doctor provides a big amount of medical documentation, and they do it manually typing, and doctor burn out of it. So we develop AI Medical Scribe. It's a solution who building a new infrastructure between patient, doctor, and medical information system. It works both in integration with EHR system by API and standalone like a web platform. It's secure and compliance with all necessary certification. So how it works? Imagine, doctor see the patient. Doctor just press one button into their computer or laptop. AI start listening, transcribe, structure, and fill out all necessary medical information into doctor notes in right place in the medical information system. Clinic buy this service for their doctors like monthly subscription for unlimited use. And it have a global impact. Doctor less burnout, patient returns a doctor attention for them, and clinic have more revenue because they optimizing their processes. Our first market is Ukraine. We already presenting here, work with big clinic. Next is Poland. We already start integrated in medical information system in Poland and have clinic that will provide our service. Next step is Latvia. We already built the solution for Latvian market with all necessary medical Latvian special name of treatments, special medical notes and names of diseases and drugs. Because we want to scale into Europe to aiming globally 200,000 doctors to use our service and have $1 billion valuation. We have a significant result. We already integrated into medical information system in Ukraine and Poland that covers 60% of market. We piloting with the biggest clinic there and have already paying users. We are on a competitive market, and that company are very strong. But we have an advantage in building independent AI agent that provides such service for doctor and with customizing solution for medical documentation. Our team is data scientists, doctor, clinic owners. Our proceed around already have industry-lead investor, and we invite VC fund to join the round. And here in Latvia, we're looking for partnership to work with clinic and to providing our service here. So please, if you're interested, please contact with me.
Round of applause and time for questions.
So selling to doctors is notoriously very hard, right? How do you do go-to-market?
It's very simple. We go directly to the clinic, or I present solution on the medical special events. So a lot of clinic owners and doctors listening me and stand in a line to connect with me to take this solution. Clinic owners buy this solution. In Ukraine, we are very popular already because we are a national product and they all know us. So that's how we sell directly to the clinic owners or clinic managers.
So there's a large number of startups trying to do the same. So how are you different? What is your secret sauce? I didn't quite understand how you're unique.
I explain. These markets, Ukrainian, Poland, Latvia, Estonia, Czechoslovakia, Romania, are different from market of USA. So that's why that company that builds such solution in USA can work, because there is a special needs to be on that market, integrated into national information system to provide solution with national language, with national coding of diagnosis, of treatments, and all this thing. To connect with government system, to providing this data to government system. It's very hard to do it, and it takes time. So that's our unique to develop a customizing solution for each market.
It seems that you will be handling a lot of very sensitive data of private individuals. How you address the privacy issues? What's the solution?
Yeah, thank you. We integrated into medical information system. So we left that data there. And that data which we operate, it's anonymizing data. We don't see the surname and name of doctor or the patient. We just have a context of their conversation. And the audio don't save. They delete after the transcription. So the data stay in that place that stayed before.
Okay, that's a wrap. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. Here. You please use the middle stairs. And let's welcome on stage HELM X. Clicker, please, guys.
HELMX is an AI smart helmet that turns industrial sites and workflows into digital copies. My name is Reinis. I'm running a company who is a trusted British Petroleum partner for digital twin solutions. And the problem we are solving is that up to $245,000 every 24 hours, oil and gas companies are losing due to unexpected maintenance. And that's not me saying, that's General Electric's. And they're also saying that operators like British Petroleum using predictive data-based approach can be up to 36% more efficient. But it is time-consuming and costly to collect this data. So we thought, there are 400 million helmets being sold every year. So what if we turn these helmets into automated industrial data capture device? It could reduce time and cost of digitalization. It would improve visibility and enable robotic training. That's why 2 years ago, we started to develop HELMX. That is a safety helmet with cameras. And that captures object and human actions. It has 360-degree vision, absolutely unique, patent pending, AI indoor navigation system, and all process data are being processed with AI that provides actionable insights to our clients. And by the way, for the BP, we are saving 80 million a year just by the data we provide. And I have personally spoken to all of the top 10 global energy companies, All of them recognize the problem, and they are interested in pilots and purchase. We sell one helmet for $200 a unit, and we take a subscription fee, $200 a month. We go to market, starting with pilot projects. Then we go to reference-driven expansion, partner-led distribution, and once we are done with oil and gas, we will scale across other industries like construction and maritime. We have some competitors in the market, but we are the only solution that provides 360-degree vision and unique indoor navigation system. I'm a serial entrepreneur. My companies are making $30 million in sales annually. Tony Hunter is a great advisor from BP, running Digital Twin Program Director. Our technical team is contained from 10 PhD engineers, 50 scientific articles in the background. And we are now raising $2 million seed round on a safe note with a $10 million cap. We have secured $1 million in grants for our R&D needs. This year we will go with a lot of pilot projects, and by end of the year we will start production and deployment. That's it. 3D engineering, reinventing effective asset management. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Time for questions.
What would you see your biggest challenge as you are a serial entrepreneur, you are experienced? So with this product, what is your biggest challenge and how you plan to address it?
It's more technically, it's just the certification process that we need to go through. We know how to do it, we know how to build a product. Clients are ready, they are basically ready to buy it. We just need to get the certificates so we can scale.
Can you tell something more about the use cases? What do they use it?
Sure. I met a company in Germany. They are running 45,000 employees. And they said, look, we want to know where are our employees and what they do. And they're ready to pay for it. So basically, they put the helmet on the top of the head, and they can process the data with AI and having all the KPIs and dashboards of the productivity.
Okay. And your indoor navigation, patent pending, what is the use of that?
So that's the way how you want to see the data. Imagine Google Street View. So if you just have thousands of pictures in like the one batch, it's difficult to see. So it's super important we actually know where this picture was taken so you can then present the data like a Google Street View. That's why we need the indoor navigation.
One more question.
One more.
I can ask the second one, unless somebody wants to step in. How would you see like a perfect investor? You know, what would you be looking for apart from cash, of course?
Yeah, we have. We are about to make a deal with the BP Ventures and Shell Ventures. There are other Latvian funds interested in the deal. So we are looking for someone ideally connected with the construction industry or with the manufacturing industry, so we can, maybe scale our technology in these fields as well, using smart money that comes with that.
Okay.
Thank
you
you
so much. Round of applause.